It was the silence heard around the world, a vocal titan who seemingly evaporated at the height of her powers, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and industry whispers. For years, the narrative surrounding Jessica Sanchez was one of what could have been, as the singer who nearly redefined a generation of talent shows vanished from the mainstream radar. But as we look back from the vantage point of 2026, the truth behind that hiatus is far more complex than a simple fading away. Insiders are now revealing that Jessica wasn't just resting. She was navigating a high-stakes tug-of-war with major label executives who sought to strip away her authentic identity in exchange for a manufactured pop persona. During this period, the speculation reached a fever pitch, with some fearing she had succumbed to the child star curse or faced health issues that were kept strictly under wraps. In reality, Jessica was dealing with the crushing weight of legal entanglements and contracts that felt more like cages than opportunities. The pressure to conform to a specific look and sound led to a profound internal conflict, one where she had to choose between a fake version of success or a quiet search for her true self. This wasn't a girl who lost her voice. It was a woman who refused to let it be sold to the highest bidder. While the public saw an empty stage, Jessica was behind the scenes, dismantling the machinery that tried to control her, waiting for the exact moment she could return without a script. The mystery of those lost years has finally been solved, and it turns out the quiet was just the preparation for the storm that was about to hit the industry. Just when the world had moved on to the next viral sensation, a single performance in late 2025 reignited a firestorm of media coverage that no one, not even the harshest critics, saw coming. The atmosphere was electric as a familiar figure stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage, but this wasn't the teenager we remembered from 2012. This was a seasoned, formidable artist who had nothing left to prove and everything to say. The shockwaves of her return were amplified by a detail that dominated every headline for weeks. Jessica was competing while nearly 9 months pregnant. Every time she stepped under the lights, the tension was palpable, with producers and fans alike wondering if the sheer power of her vocals would trigger an early arrival for her little one. It was a calculated, bold move that forced the world to look at her as more than just a singer, but as a symbol of undeniable strength and resilience. When Sofia Vergara pressed that golden buzzer, it wasn't just for a great song. It was a validation of a decade-long journey back to the top. The internet exploded with speculation about the physical toll she was enduring, but Jessica remained a picture of composure, delivering Golden Hour with a clarity that defied medical expectations. This wasn't just a comeback. It was a statement that she would no longer be sidelined by the traditional expectations of how a female artist should look or act. She turned the competition into a personal victory lap, proving that her talent was so immense it could command the world's attention, even while she was on the verge of the most transformative experience of her life. Winning $1 million is a dream for many, but for Jessica Sanchez, the victory in late September 2025 was a hard-fought redemption that nearly ended in a medical emergency. After years of carrying the runner-up label from her past, the moment she was finally crowned a champion felt like the closing of a painful chapter. However, the celebrations were short-lived as the reality of her situation took center stage. Just 19 days after the confetti fell and the cameras stopped rolling, Jessica was rushed to the hospital to welcome her first child. The transition from the high-octane world of national television to the quiet, intense reality of motherhood was a whiplash experience that she kept largely private. During this time, rumors surfaced regarding the hidden struggles she faced during the final weeks of the competition, whispers of extreme fatigue, and the emotional weight of proving herself after so many years of being told she was past her prime. This wasn't just about a trophy. It was about reclaiming a narrative that had been taken from her. She had to navigate the accusations surfaced by industry skeptics who claimed she was using her pregnancy as a PR stunt, but her performance spoke louder than any tabloid headline. The victory was a middle finger to everyone who had written her off during her years of silence. In the aftermath, she didn't rush to the clubs or the award shows. She retreated into a healing era, focusing on her new role while the world waited with bated breath to see if this win was the end of the road or just the beginning of a new dynasty. As we move through the first quarter of 2026, the Sanchez effect has shifted from the television screen to the global diplomatic stage, marking a career pivot that has left industry analysts stunned. No longer content with just being a pop star, Jessica has emerged as a high-level cultural ambassador, a move solidified by her recent headline performance at the 2026 ASEAN Summit in the Philippines. This wasn't just another gig. It was a strategic placement that signaled her transition into the independent mogul phase of her life. She is currently at the center of intense speculation regarding a secret project dubbed the Manila Sessions, which is rumored to be a full-length exploration of her heritage, featuring songs entirely in Tagalog. Insiders suggest that Jessica is finally doing what her former labels forbidden her from doing, embracing her roots without trying to fit into a westernized mold. The rumors of her upcoming 2026 album have the industry buzzing, especially with whispers of collaborations with some of the most influential artists in Southeast Asia. She's not just chasing hits anymore. She's building an empire that spans across oceans, leveraging her massive following in both the US and the Philippines to create a brand that is truly borderless. While other artists are fighting for TikTok trends, Jessica is performing for world leaders and planning a sold-out arena tour that is already breaking ticket office records. The transformation is complete. She has gone from a girl who followed orders to a woman who is giving them, proving that the most powerful thing an artist can do is walk away until they are the ones in charge of the contract. In the end, the story of Jessica Sanchez isn't just about a voice that can shatter glass. It's a masterclass in how to survive an industry designed to break you. Looking at her today in 2026, it's clear that the shocking part of her journey wasn't the hiatus or the sudden return, but the fact that she came back entirely on her own terms. She's navigated the darkest days of being overlooked and the high-stakes pressure of a televised comeback while carrying the weight of a new life. As she prepares for her upcoming world tour, the narrative has shifted from "where is she?" to "how far can she go?" She has successfully bypassed the traditional gatekeepers, using her 2025 victory as a springboard to launch an independent career that is more profitable and fulfilling than anything she had under a major label. The questions about her faith and her private struggles have been answered through her music, which now carries a depth and resonance that only comes from true life experience. Jessica has proven that you don't have to stay in the spotlight to remain relevant. Sometimes, the most effective move is to step back, find your center, and wait for the world to realize what they're missing. As she stands on the cusp of what is predicted to be her biggest year yet, one thing is certain. The world is finally listening to the real Jessica Sanchez, and she's only just getting started. It makes you wonder, if a talent this undeniable can be suppressed for a decade, who else is currently waiting in the shadows, ready to reclaim their crown? The 2026 update on Jessica Sanchez isn't just a news story. It's a warning to the industry that the quiet ones are often the most dangerous.